Hello YouTube, welcome back to a fresh new session for me of Outer Worlds. My off-camera play is up to this point as well, so I'm ready to explore more. I'm using followers on my other account, and if you want any recommendations, take Vicar Max and take Ellie. They have wonderful back and forths that had me laughing my ass off. Anyway, we hadn't spoken to these two yet, so we're going to start with that.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
I'm here to talk to your boss. Oh yeah, we overheard them. Also this.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one.
I remember Velma.
She's in the warehouse.
Yeah, she retired
But
to warehouse
I'll
work
warn
after
you,
Scooby-Doo tanked.
Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago. Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
What?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock,
Are you
really.
eating them, or...?
So I can talk to him, of course.
Oh,
He doesn't get going about
see.
much else. Sort of the strong, silent type.
I understand now.
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Just ask him on a date.
I couldn't. What if he says no?
I went through this shit talking to Pavarotti in my off-camera playthrough.
I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Also, I did roll my eyes a little bit at... What was her actual name? Pavarotti? It's like, okay, she's a lesbian, that's fine. It's fine, but she's also pansexual and also doesn't want any intimate contact. And she's also socially inept and an introvert. And also, she doesn't understand flirting, and it's just so many cliches and bullet points in one character that it makes me sick. I really wish I knew where she was so I could shoot her in her head.
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this.
Thank you, Chris B, for subbing again for 2 streams in a row
Like there's stuff
with
going
Twitch
on
Prime.
inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Oh, I got an email about Twitch testing a new thing in, I think it's early next year. Hang on, I'll finish this conversation with her and talk about it. But also thank you, Erox, as well, for 31 months with a tier 1 sub. You are outer this world? Oh, god damn it, I shouldn't have read it.
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
That's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get.
Thank you,
carried
Cyber
away.
Canadian, for 19 months for Twitch Prime as well. Believe me, I could go on a long rant about the only bad character in this game so far, but as I understand it, Pavarotti is everyone's waifu, so I probably shouldn't. But she is incredibly badly written. But anyway, oh yeah, Twitch is going to test this thing, I think, next year, where if you run mid-ads, which I do when I swap games, you build up a credit score for yourself, I mean, so that your stream temporarily doesn't play pre-ads to anybody who comes in. Which is a little weird, but it's their way of kind of offering an alternative to everybody getting a pre-ad if they come into the stream, regardless of whether you've run ads or not. Which is interesting, if nothing else. Just I'm thinking about where to spend my points. We could get to 40 in hacking. Unlocks restricted items and vending machines. Get engineering to 40 as well. Break down weapons and armor for a 20% chance to extract a mod. Dialogue in general is just fine. That'll do. You're seeing 3 ads? That doesn't make sense. You're only supposed to get one pre-roll. That's what they're called. Ooh. Soliloquy. Oh, I've got to go for extra headshot and weak point damage. Gotta. It's just a 20% damage up essentially because it's hard to miss. OSI puzzle cube? Am I allowed to look at this? Well, I did it, so try and stop me. Sanjar Nandi.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia,
I'm worried that because the first settlement you go to is like hyper capitalism, this is going to be the opposite end of the spectrum where it's hyper exaggerated freedom.
how can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Pardon me?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
No, you have a meeting with me.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake.
Oh, he's a beta.
What business brings you here?
I'm looking for the information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if
What is
you're
the
here
ad
him,
for, out of
I suppose
curiosity?
that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
I have to eat one more weird science project based off of as food in this sprat fucked colony. I'm going to stab someone. I would just say no.
Oh, shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but...
Oh, I've seen that advert as well. It's very annoying. With the esports celebrities pretending they're like boxers or some shit hitting the camera. It's cringeworthy. What exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by.
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
How do you know he's a vicar? I guess maybe he's wearing the stereotypical vicar costume. Also, the vicar definitely did prison time, because when you tell him to do a special move, well, one of the things he shouts is something like, "I'll show you what they did in prison."
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
This is something I learned in prison. Yeah, okay, that's
No
the one.
worthwhile plan was
I like all his
ever
one-liners when you do his
That's what I
special
always
move.
say.
And if our advertising scheme has
He just blasts them with a shotgun.
perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middleman.
Thank you, Brad, for 29 months with tier 1 sub.
Should be wasted in daytime.
You tried the best,
Advantage
now
she
try the
refers to
rest.
is a
Twitch
two-pronged
Prime.
approach, and the first
And you
part
just hear a
involves seeing
gunshot.
Stellar Bay properly defended.
Okay, then we'll go.
With a
We'll be
Bolt
nice.
52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive.
I don't feel like he
secure
said
cities
with
in
the.
Halcyon.
I'm sure he
And
just
you'll
said
have a
starting
powerful
with
ally on
Bolt
the board.
52. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance. I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town. which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Lovely.
Saying what? Which way?
Arms. You're saying arms instead of arms.
That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand for something, but I forget what.
Hmm.
Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information.
That was a fun little
Perhaps
thing of
secret
getting around the
agents
fact you're
have
seeing it
fallen
written.
into the wrong hands. What can I do for you?
I met Grim the landing part
I see.
guard, rather.
And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I'm leaving now. Goodbye. We still need to go back to Not Starfire and give her her caffeine pill, so I guess we should do that first. I remember you. Where are you? There you are.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
I got your magic pills.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol.
Less,
is.
moderately.
Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business.
Oh no,
Let's
she's
go.
wired.
Great. Where to?
Information broker,
Oh,
please.
Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer.
Okay.
As long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome to the unreliable crew.
You look like a preacher. You a traveling vicar?
In a manner of speaking.
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Graham's folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting himself into all sorts of scrapes. Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a rapt encampment. Hand still gripping it, too.
The plan unfolds as the plan unfolds. To vicar and layman alike.
Ellie's better. Alright, we've got the vicar with us to another heavy weapon user. I could technically give her the scythe, but it's mine for my personal collection. She makes you lie better. Nah. What was I saying before that? Oh yeah, we're doing the vicar's quest first and foremost, which is the empty man, I believe. Yes. So we'll go to that. And I know we still found that basement last time. I presume that's going to be connected to some kind of quest.
You a true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth. Of course I
What?
believe. The tithes are merely a
How do you know her real name?
well-earned bonus.
Her full
I
name?
met another believer once. Pushy type. He thought he'd been left behind for a reason. Thought he'd find some kind of cosmic truth in the wilderness. Got himself infected by a mantis and drowned in a sulfur pool. Some truth.
Can't get more brutally true.
We didn't have the
than
numbers for
survival of the
Secret
fittest.
Neighbor, and I don't know where
Don't
everybody
mistake
is.
us all for blind fools. Intellect plays a large part in who stays among the living.
Glad to hear it.
You're just gonna walk over there into that building, huh? I don't know if Secret Neighbor is crossplay. You keep asking. Why don't you just Google it and find out for yourself?
Can we talk?
Look, I'll do what you didn't do in 10 seconds it'll take you. Is Secret Neighbor cross-play? Or cross-platform? It auto-filled. People also ask. It didn't autofill to an official link, so presumably the answer is no.
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about
You
to
could
get
try eyeing the developer.
Right. Here's the road. Follow it south.
Well, no, not the developer, the publisher. Tiny Build answer, everybody.
trouble incoming, Captain.
It's pretty effective. He's fine. Oh, you don't do a lot of damage, huh? That looks like a morel mushroom. $700 How big is this planet? It's not that big, it's just far away. I have met Sam, yes.
Here they come.
Down they go.
Excellent hit.
I think the charge up single shot is probably stronger. Oh, I didn't go to the repair bench to repair the
Watch your feet. The sulfur pools don't just stink. They'll take a toe
the
off.
spammy machine gun, which is breaking. It's like I'm playing Morrowind all over again. Okay, so it's our Marauder base up there. There was cliff racers on the first planet. What is this? Oh.
Going silent.
Please fire again. Jeez.
Here we go.
Nice hit. Nice one.
That's the last of them.
Could give the Vicar some heavy armor, I suppose, but I kind of like that he's just running around in a robe. The Vermin? Hammersmith. It's a powerful pistol. Is that a unique guy? Is it just some dude? Monarch. What game was it that had the Monarch Theatre? Was that one of the Arkham games? Because I feel like Monarch Theatre is a thing I remember saying.
South here. Off the road and down this slope. We've got a decent trek ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm not actually going to the place I told you to take me to. That's my bad, honestly, but... we're doing something else.
Watch it. These pools don't just stink. They'll take a toe off.
If I fall in, you'll pull me out, right?
Is that a cloaked enemy? Yes, it
Have
is.
your backpack.
It's not good enough damage. That got it. But this gun also needs repaired. I've forgotten what... Oh, my flamethrower! I forgot about the flamethrower. Cascadia, Fallbrook, Amber Heights, Stellar Bay.
Here we go.
Nice hit!
Almost doesn't seem fair bombarding them like that.
Won't have any mercy from me.
Yes, run at me with that knife. Oh, there's actually quite a lot of them. Kill confirmed is a kill stolen.
Everyone all right?
No, he definitely isn't. Yeah, it's like £20. It's pretty heavy. Oh, that's just the name of a gun. Okay. It wasn't a unique. That'd explain why a random dude had it. A lot of monarch signs.
Fallbrook's on the other side of the bridge there if you need a drink.
No, we're here looking for a learned man.
Might consider stopping in.
Ew. Hello, Mortimer Bell. Wrong gun. Sorry.
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits.
Hmm.
You're looking for Ms. Malin. On an errand for the boss lady?
Legitimately, yes.
That sounds ominous. Yeah. Ms. Malin won't like that a whit.
Just tell me where she is.
She's not but just down the way. A 10 to 1 says she's either pouring drinks or skinning a sprat in the saloon. Word to the wise, Ms. Malin don't take kindly to interlopers. When I said sprat, I didn't mean the sort with whiskers and a tail.
I've been finding it very
Here to
fun
Anticipate and facilitate
so far.
your needs, patron.
I'll be back.
Time for a round of whist. Or a round of whiskey. Or both.
Hmm. Hired goods? Oh, it's a man.
Take a gander at that mug. I ain't ever seen someone so adept looking my whole life.
Watch yourself, Captain. This guy's got eyes like a sprat set on stealing your dinner.
Oh, now, come on. All I mean is, well, rather that,
He looks like Micah.
you don't seem like the usual pigeons we pluck. No offense, of course, if you are a Byzantium goldblood. Say, I'd like to do you a favor. Might I interest you in a surefire scheme? Wink, wink.
Did you just wink at me instead of actually winking?
Don't believe I did. No? Wink. Pure and simple, it's like this. I run our drug delivery service. Recently, I had the genius idea to cut costs in half by swapping our autoloaders with faster, cheaper sprats. Too right you are. Only problem is my sprat carriers ain't arrived from their latest run. As I was saying, you look more capable than most of the hoople heads around these parts. What say you locate him and retrieve the goods for me? In return, I'll cut you 5% of the profit.
Nope. You need Persuade 100 and Charm. Not interested.
Well, my ma always did say, you want any dealing done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Can
I'll
we
get
talk?
out of the bed for 5%. No. That's a candy bar. It's a good looking candy bar. What is your name? Chet?
No, but thank you. I'm quite all right as I am.
What?
Oh, you're still here. I said I don't require anything at this time. Run along now. I've had more than enough to satisfy my thirst for one evening.
Are you a prostitute?
Deal? A rather bad one indeed. The fella swore Fallbrook was unrivaled in its leisurely pursuits. But it seems to me the whole town is designed primarily to leech one's bits. And now that I've run dry, or nearly so, the fellas have abandoned me back to Byzantium. You wouldn't leave a friend in need, I'm sure. Don't suppose I could just ask you to scram. Can't fathom why you'd go searching her out. But it's your neck on the noose.
I don't remember what stats I
I
picked
was
to start
told
with.
she runs the saloon.
Goodbye, the Chet.
Want to make a run with me to Stella Bay? The boss lady told me to
Dry
take the
goods
night
and
off.
sundries. Is this a shop?
Back from delivering to that house with a strange family.
Ones that always smell like
Plasma carbine. If I end up shooting this place up, I'll be back for that gun.
They started ordering cans of Borstwurst, but only if they come from the C&P factory.
Makes you wonder what the secret ingredient.
This is Reginald's stuff, all right, but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out where he's gone.
Dynamite tunnels on the riverbank outside of town.
Sounds like Cheney's gone gold panning down on the river. I guess even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile.
Okay. I don't believe for a second he's actually a scholar, but I guess we'll see. We'll finish our business. Mellon's House of Hospit. He was a her.
I test every product myself to assure maximum customer satisfaction. If you doubt it, I can show you my lower back rash.
No, that's fine. I've already
Go
seen your
over this
face.
then. Make a buy or move on.
Sell all junk. We apparently had no junk because our money didn't go up. Personal data pad of a sublight contractor? I wonder if these unlock like side quests. So I'll buy them and see. Ah, yes it did. Okay, good to know. There's a poster there that I might want. That would not bode well for them. Insurance agent? Sounds very legitimate. What's with the robot sentry?
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Doesn't that cover them, all of them?
Some people, but no one in this office, I assure you, might call it stupidity.
Obviously too common an ailment for insurance to cover.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Ah ha ha.
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium. Oh, it's certainly not about what I say. That's all down to our legal team and our CFO. Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Who gets their eyebrows insured? The Chet or whoever his name was.
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares. That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation. Those are mostly for top-rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
That's more than I
One
needed to
thing's
know.
for sure, you won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
Thanks.
I'll keep quiet. You're an artist, Captain.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what was up because it was a little suspicious. I can tell on the radar it's still there, just give it a second. Although it didn't say restricted, it was just a locked door, so I think I can be up here. Right? Yeah, he's not pissed off, and this is no, this is locked. Did I learn anything there? Ooh, it's a corrosive sword. Ellie has one of those. Keep walking, robot. Oh, I do see a little... Why is this considered stealing? Who could this possibly belong to? Alright, let's take a little visit to the House of Hospitality and recreate that scene from Final Fantasy VII.
Ain't in the mood to chat.
You, Catherine? No.
You don't look like a smuggler nor a dandy. Catherine sends you back here? On second thought, it's best if I don't know. What's your order?
You sure?
No, I don't have any... If it's only a drink you're after, the full bar's upstairs. This here's the ante up, where you place your bets.
What can I bet on?
Tossball, autoloader races, card games, you name it.
Why do you have a New Yorkian accent?
And neither is Catherine. We'll both break your legs if you lose, then shirk on paying.
Legitimate business. I approve. Are you, Catherine? Are you ladies' man? What is wrong with you? He's got the plague. Ah.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly?
Oh, I look forward to killing you.
Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Catherine, you're as welcoming as ever.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise. You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
A fixer for your sublight problem.
Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia. So you got a brain on them shoulders. Excellent. Makes my life a world easier. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
I don't believe you. Define safe.
Meaning safe for me and my crew. Seeing as it ain't us undertaking the risk. I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through, or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
You don't need to know about my crew.
Clever. That's why Lilia's paying you, I take it. Now, after you clear the manti nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend
She
that
said
option, though,
force it through.
unless you want to get dead.
Well, I haven't seen the system, but I feel confident saying I can split her asunder.
Nice. I mean, she's right there, but that's kind of
Men
rude.
of the cloth never do cease to amaze me. Bright as a newborn star on the outside, blackest of holes within.
I mean, he's standing right
Once
there.
you've
It's
got
kind
the
of
goods,
rude.
take 'em to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal.
The
to
clocks
get in.
here changed a couple of
But
days ago,
before you
yeah,
make your
or 3
run,
days ago.
I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course. Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
Get the feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me. Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details, so long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts, in his gut, or his production lines ought to make do.
Say I just killed Clyde. No, say I wanted to sabotage. Just give me tips on getting in.
If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know. Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery. It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure.
It is pretty
Fancy
legitimate.
going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe. See Duncan in
Yeah,
the
you just
Dry
mentioned
Goods and
him.
Sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Hey, Cap. Got a minute?
Why?
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Next time we're out in the open sulfur, I'd like to stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help.
Sure.
Well, we'll see about that. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous.
What kind of danger are we talking about?
We can't handle.
Alright.
I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were.
Okay.
First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects.
Oh, you need to press the F
I'll
button.
show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to Barry.
Okay.
Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together.
Sure.
Thanks, Cap.
I don't know if we can take a Mantiqueen at this point, but I guess we'll see. We're very, very close to a level. What are you wearing?
Folks I never met before are my most favorite kind. So, what's your story?
So this is where John Lennon went after faking his death.
Let me just stop you right there, stranger. My question, it's not one I really want an answer to.
Wow.
Not unless it accompanies some extra bits. Understand?
How many bits we talking?
More than you can afford at this time.
Wow. In that case, get out of my sight. I'll see you in hell. I think we're ready to pursue the Vicar's side quest.
Catherine's great, ain't she?
No.
She'll pull you out of the sulfur, so long as you don't mind being in her debt.
Efficient, clever, ruthless. I like her.
You're describing Ellie.
Fallbrook would be fancier, stocked with better booze.
Ah, workstation. Good. Let's see here. Oh, we can definitely break down one of these. Are they identical? They are identical. 122, 122. It's not very good damage. Main thing though is repair this. I think my armor's okay. Yeah. Alright, and for YouTube, we'll be doing a break here.